Good morning, students. Next topic in the first chapter of fluid mechanics, properties of fluid. Next property we are consider as a surface tension. So, first property we are considering as a surface tension. So, we have observed that uh, a liquid in a glass, suppose a water if you have taken in the glass, so it form a surface over the nearer to the edges, the water forms a surface. So liquids are having the tendency to form a surface. We have seen also in the water, if you consider a liquid water in the rivers, ponds, lakes, we can see that it forms a surface. On that surface small, we have seen the leaves of the trees or insects can be float. So that is the we have seen that the liquids have tendency to form a surface. So when we take a liquid in a container, it forms a surface, or liquids in the rivers, ponds, that is having the tendency to form the surface. So surface tension is the we are considering as a the liquid surface act. This liquid surface is formed mainly because of the attractive forces between the same molecules. So if you consider the water is made up of liquid droplets or liquid molecules, so they are having strong attraction force to each other. So this attraction force is called as the cohesive force. Cohesive force. So force of attraction between the same molecules is called as a cohesive force. So because of this stronger attraction force, the liquids will be attracted toward the each other. So if you consider as like in this example, I have shown the three liquid droplets. So A, this is the A molecule, this is the B molecule of a droplet of the water, and this has a C. So three molecules are there. So A is completely inside the water, B is nearer to the surface of the liquid, and C is nearer to the half in contact with the air, surrounding air, and half part of the molecule is in the liquid part. So we have seen that the liquid forms the surface. So this because of the so A molecules having the attractive forces from the another molecules surrounding it. So all forces acting on the all directions. So net force acting on the A molecule is zero. So in that case, it is having the stable molecules. But if you consider the molecule B, so it is large portion of this is nearer inside the water and smaller portion is above the free surface, that is in contact with the surrounding air. So B molecules is having the because of cohesion higher attractive force. C molecule, if you consider also, the attractive forces of the water molecules are higher. So that is the molecules nearer to the free surface of a liquid have tendency to that are pulled downward by the force of attraction. This force is the cohesive force. Because of this cohesive force, the surface of the liquid, because of this cohesive force, we can consider this surface of the liquid behaves like a membrane, elastic membrane under the tension. So that means the surface is formed and a force is acting on this surface of a liquid. Because of this downward pulling force of the molecules, a tangential force is acting on the surface of the liquid. So this tangential force on the surface of the liquid is called as the surface tension. So this downward pulling force causes tensile uh, tensile force, that is a tension, and this membrane is as a membrane under the tension. So this tensile force is acting tangential to the surface of a liquid. That force per unit length is called as the surface tension. So we have considered surface tension is the tensile force acting on the surface of a liquid that liquid may be in contact with the gas or the surface between the two immiscible liquids. So immiscible liquids, we know immiscible liquids are that one that cannot be mixed with each other. So example of oil and water. So oil and water are separated by a layer. That means oil having the higher uh, water having the higher density, that will be sink, and oil will be float over it. So there is a two water surface will be formed at the contact, and at the top oil surface will be formed. So this is because of the surface tension of the fluid. So surface tension is simply the tensile force acting on the surface of a liquid, and that surface behaves as a membrane under the tension. So this magnitude of the force per unit length is known as surface tension. So this tensile force per unit length is known as surface tension. So unit of the surface tension is force per unit length, that is the Newton per meter, or smaller unit of the surface tension is dyne per centimeter. So surface tension is in Newton per meter, or smaller unit as a dyne per centimeter. So next we consider the unit of this as a sigma is the surface tension, force per unit length, Newton per meter, or example, water is having the higher surface tension as compared to the other liquids, and again mercury is having the highest surface tension. The surface tension of the water is here 0.0373 Newton per meter, and for mercury it is very high 0.52 Newton per meter, both in contact with the air. So because of this higher surface tension, we see the mercury forms the spherical balls. So when mercury is uh, that if you consider mercury is spread on the ground or in on a glass, it forms a spherical ball. This spherical ball means the surface of the mercury will be formed because of the highest cohesive force. The molecules of mercury having the highest force of attraction, that is the highest cohesive force, and that means it, because of this highest cohesive force there is a higher tension on the surface. So this tensile force, that is the surface tension, is more in the mercury. Also we can consider a drop of blood on a glass, test glass, it also forms a spherical ball. Or we see the dew on the leaves in the winter season. So this dew means the water droplets are formed because of the strong cohesive forces, and the surface is liquid surface will be formed. So these are the examples: mercury, spherical balls, then dews on the leaves, blood hump or blood drop on the glass. This is because of the surface is formed because of the stronger cohesive force, and because of this force a tension is developed on the surface. This tension acts tangential to the surface, so known as a surface tension force. So this is very important because of the surface tension. The surface, if you consider in the washing of the clothes, so if you take a normal water, so because of the higher surface tension, water will not in contact with the cloths. So because of the higher surface tension of the water will be forms a surface, and it will be prevent other molecules in contact with the cloth material. So cloth can be not easily washed. So for that we are using the detergents or soap. So soap or detergents reduces the surface tension of the water. That means more water can be in contact with the dirt, etc., and it will be remove the dirt from the clothes. So detergents and soaps are added to the water to reduce its surface tensions. So surface tension means the easily it forms the free surface, form a surface, and that may be uh, avoids the contact with the another surfaces. So next we see the we will find the surface tension of the liquids. So some examples are, we are considering here the droplets, a liquid droplet. Then we are considering the uh, surface tension of the soap bubble, and then we are considering the surface tension of a liquid jet. So we consider the surface tension of a liquid jet, then surface tension of a soap bubble, and surface tension of a liquid droplets. So liquid droplet may be the mercury droplet, dew forms, blood droplet form. So that are, there is no air space between them. The total present is the liquid made up of its own liquid. So we have to find out the its surface tension. So we consider sigma be the surface tension of the liquid. Sigma as a surface tension of the liquid. P is the intensity of the pressure inside the droplet. So we have considered the droplet is formed because of the strong cohesive forces. So that means it is having a higher pressure inside than the outside surrounding pressure. So in pressure intensity, excess pressure, excess of outside pressure. So inside pressure is more than, because of the cohesive force, P is the pressure greater than the surrounding. So D is the, we have considered D is the diameter of a droplet. Now for considering, we have considered two parts of the droplet. The droplet is cut into the two halves. So force acting on the one half will be the tensile force will be act due to the surface tension, and this tensile force will be act along the circumference of the droplet. So we know the surface tension is force per unit length. So total force will be the surface tension into the length. So here in length will be the circumference of the droplet. So total force, tensile force acting on the left half will be the surface tension sigma into the circumference phi d. So this tensile force will be the balanced by the, under stable condition, by the excess pressure intensity. So pressure force, inside pressure acting. So this tensile force will be acting along its surface, pulling the layer, and pressure inside will be the acting opposite to that. So that pressure forces inside force, inside pressure force is pressure into area. So area of the droplet, cross sectional area, will be the pi by 4 d square. So under equilibrium condition, these forces will be equal and opposite. So sigma into pi d is equal to P into pi by 4 d square. So solving, pi will be get cancelled, diameter square will be cancelled. So we get pressure force, inside pressure force is a, inside pressure is equal to 4 sigma d. So from this we can find the surface tension of the liquid droplet. So it is 4 sigma by d for a, so it is tensile force will be depend on this, or surface tension will be depend on the excess pressure and diameter. So formula is for the liquid droplet is 4 sigma by d. Now next, if you consider for a hollow bubble, so soap bubble is the hollow bubble that is in contact with the, it is having two surfaces in contact with the air. One is the outside, and inside of the soap bubble is also air is present. So vapor or hollow bubble is in two surfaces are contact with the air. So one inside and other outside. So two surfaces are subject. So we have considered the inside forces is pressure into area P pi by 4 d square, and tensile force is sigma pi d. So this 2 is because of the two surfaces are in contact inside and outside. So cancelling out terms, we get the P is equal to 8 sigma by d. That is in soap bubble, the higher its formula is P is equal to 8 sigma by d. Next, if you consider a liquid jet, that is coming from the nozzle. So you have consider a cylindrical liquid jet. So cylindrical liquid jet. In that case, the L is the length of the jet, D is the diameter. So if you consider again, it is cut into the two parts. We are get as like, so here arrow shows the tensile force acting on the its outer edges. So because of that, it forms a surface, and at the same time inside there are pressure forces are acting opposite to this. So again, at the equilibrium state, the force is pressure into area. So P, inside force is P into L into D, and tensile force is sigma into 2L. So this 2 is because of the two lengths, the force is acting on the two layers. So P is equal to, we get 2 sigma by D. So as like we can find the surface tension. So surface tension is important properties while we are considering in the uh, washing water is for the washing purpose. So because to reduce its surface tensions, we are adding the soaps or the detergents, so that reduce the surface tension. Then various emulsions are used. Emulsions means the smaller droplets in a liquid solutions. So in that case, the emulsions may be the milk emulsion, oil and water emulsions. So in that case, this we have to reduce the surface tension. In that case, these dispersions are added. So that is the surface tension is the tensile force acting on the surface of a liquid. This is because of the strong cohesive forces. Surface tension is again important in the one more property. As the next we are considering capillarity. So we consider the water or any fluid will be rise if you consider a water in, or any fluid in a container, and if we dip a smaller diameter tube inside that, the liquid will be rise in this tube. Liquid will be rise above in this tube, and that is because of the capillarity. So capillarity means the rise or fall of a liquid surface in a small tube relative to the adjacent level of the tube when tube is held vertically in the liquid. So we can consider here, this is the water surface, and a small tube, if you are deep into this, the water will be rise in this tube up to a certain level, and this water will be rise because of the property called as the capillarity. Or if you consider, we are using in a kerosene lamp or oil lamp, if you use a cotton, so the water will be rise in this, or kerosene will be rise uh, in this cotton wick, and this will be burn continuously. So that is this kerosene or oil will be rise in the cotton wick because of the property capillarity. So rise of the liquid, there are two phenomena. Sometimes liquid will be rise above the adjacent level of the liquid. The liquid will be rise above the adjacent level of the liquid. Suppose this as the adjacent level. This is called as the capillary rise. Or some in some fluids, the liquid will fall below, the liquid level in the tube is below the adjacent level of the outside surface of the liquid. That is called as the capillary fall or depression. So in mercury, we can see as there is a dip, uh, cap, capillary fall, and in case of water or other liquid, there is a capillary rise. So unit of the capillary is mm of liquid. How much it will be rise? So capillarity is the rise or fall of a liquid in a small tube adjacent to the level of the liquid. So capillarity is also responsible for, it will be wet the surface or in some cases it will be not wetting. So water, if you consider in a container, so water nearer to the solid surface will be the slightly contracted because of the surface tension. So tangential component of this to the surface is shown here, and this is the wall of the solid surface. So this phi is the angle of contact. Phi is called as the angle of contact. That is the angle between the tangent to the surface and solid surface at the point of contact. We can consider angle of contact phi is the angle between the tangent to the surface and solid surface at the point of contact. So here is the point of contact, and this is the tangent to the surface, and this is a solid surface. So in case of water there is a phi, and this is a wetting fluid. And in case of water we can consider there is a strong, in case of water there is a strong, so there are two forces are there, one is the adhesion and second one is the cohesion. Adhesion means the force of attraction between the dissimilar molecules. So example as a solid and liquid, so these are the dissimilar molecules. The force of attraction between these is called as adhesion, and force of attraction between the similar molecules is called as a cohesion. So in case of water and glass there is a stronger adhesion, so because of that water will be rise in this tube, water will be rise in this smaller tube. But in case of mercury the cohesion is very high than the, that is cohesion means the force of attraction between the molecules of mercury is very high as compared to the adhesive force between the glass and the mercury molecules, so that the level of the mercury will be smaller than the adjacent level. That is a, here is the level of the liquid surface, and if you dip the tube in the mercury, the level in the mercury tube will be the lower than the this level of the liquid. So this is the called as the capillary fall, and this is the capillary rise. So we can see as a, there are angles can be two, phi may be greater, phi may be the less than 90 degree, or phi may be greater than 90 degree. So when phi is less than 90 degree means angle of contact is less than 90 degree, that are called as the wetting fluid. Means water, example water will be rise in the this tube inserted that, and it will be wet the glass surface. But in case of mercury the this angle is greater than the 90 degree. We can see here angle is greater than 90 degree, so it may be 120 130 degree, so that will not wet the glass surface. So suppose glass tube is inserted in it, so because of this smaller attraction force the mercury will be not rise in this tube, and that is called as a non-wetting fluid. So for wetting fluid angle is less than 90 degree, and non-wetting surface is phi is greater than 90 degree. So how this will be fluid will be rise is depend because of the, in consider suppose in water, the water, in the water this tube if you have inserted, because of strong adhesive force water will be rise in this. So this will be rise in the tube until the this the water will be rise, and there will be the this weight of the fluid, weight of the water in the tube. So this weight will be balanced by the, now how will this fluid will be rise, that is because of the surface tension. So this tensile force is acting on this water, so that pulls the water up in the tube. So this water will be rise till the weight of the fluid will be balanced by this tensile force. So this weight is balanced by the tensile force acting on the surface of the fluid. So in case of this water will be rise till this force is balanced. So that is the capillarity rise. So next we find the expressions for the capillary rise. So how much liquid will be rise if you consider in case of water, if you inserted the tubes. So expression for capillary rise. So for water, if you consider a water or any other liquid and a small diameter tube is deep inside that. So at that time, uh, this tube is inside that. So water will be rise above the general level of the liquid in this tube. So at that time, this tensile force will be acting on the surface of the liquid, that is the sigma. So this tensile force acting and the angle of contact is theta. So this tensile force is having the two components. One is the vertical component sigma cos of theta, as the angle is between the vertical. So sigma cos theta is the vertical component and sigma sin theta will be the horizontal component. So because of the vertical component of this tensile force, water will be rise in the tube. So the water will be rise till the weight of this fluid, weight of the water in the tube is balanced by this tensile force, vertical component of the tensile force. So we can consider in the tube, in this tube, there are two forces are acting. One is the vertical force, vertical component of the tensile force that pulls the water in the tube, and second force is acting in downward direction because of the weight of the fluid. So weight is acting in the downward direction and tensile force is acting in upward direction. So at equilibrium conditions means there is no flow, at these two forces will be equal. So that we can consider the tensile force is sigma and it is acting over the all cross section of the tube. So cross section this of the is the circular. So tensile force is acting over the all the circumference. So this tensile force is sigma pi d and its vertical component will be the sigma pi d cos theta, and this will be equal to the weight of the fluid. So weight of the fluid will can be calculated. So liquid will be rise up to the height h. So we consider this weight is nothing but the force. Weight is nothing but the force. So we can consider this force can be calculated by the pressure of this water in this tube above the level. So this pressure can be calculated by rho g h. We consider in next the hydrostatic force, that is rho g h, and this pressure into area is the force. So area is the pi by 4 d square. So equating these two forces, a tensile force acting in the upward side and weight in the downward direction, equating these two forces, we get the expression for. So we can consider the weight of the liquid at a height h is the area into pressure. So pressure is rho gh into area. So and again vertical component of the tensile force will be the sigma pi d cos theta. Equating these two, we get as a the height of the liquid that will be rise in the capillary tube is 4 sigma cos theta rho g d. 4 sigma cos theta rho upon rho gd. So means smaller the diameter of the tube, higher will be the height in the liquid, or higher the tensile force, higher will be the rise. So water, if you consider, it will be rise more in the tubes. Now this again we can consider if the density is the lower, then also the density is the smaller, there will be the higher liquid will be rise. Now again if you consider the value of theta, so theta is the angle of contact between this liquid surface, tangent to the liquid surface and solid surface. This angle is the phi or theta. So for water and clean glass, we can consider this force is approximately vertical. That means the angle theta is nearly 0. So for water and clean glass we get cos of theta means cos 0 is equal to 1. So h we are getting 4 sigma rho gd. This expression for water and clean glass only. So cos theta is 1. So this is the formula for calculating capillary rise. Next we consider expression for capillary fall. So this is when we consider a mercury. In the mercury bath a smaller diameter tube is inserted. So in that case the water liquid level will be the below inside the tube. Liquid level will be below than the normal level of the liquid surface. So this depression is the H. Theta is the angle of contact. So here again two forces are acting on the liquid in the tubes. One is the downward force because of the surface tension. In this surface tensile force is acting in the downward direction, and second one is the hydrostatic force acting in the upward side because of the weight of the fluid, weight of the mercury. Hydrostatic force is acting in the upward side. So two forces are there. You can consider two forces are there. One is the you can consider one is the uh, downward tensile force. So again angle of contact is theta. So this angle of contact is theta. So tensile force is having the two component. One is the sigma cos theta in downward direction and horizontal sigma sin theta. So this downward component sigma cos theta will causes the pulling of the that is a surface tension over the mercury in the tube, and this force is balanced by the hydrostatic force under equilibrium. So at equilibrium we get same equation as the tensile downward force is sigma pi d cos theta, and the force is pressure into area. So here pressure is hydrostatic force. So hydrostatic P is the hydrostatic pressure. So this hydrostatic force is pressure into area. So this pressure is rho gh into pi by 4 d square. Equating these two we get same equation, h is equal to 4 sigma cos theta rho g d. So here rho g d. So same expression we are getting as a h is equal to 4 sigma cos theta rho g d for the capillary rise and fall. So this is we have considered two important properties as a surface tension and the capillarity. Both are related. So next class we see the another properties of the fluid. Thank you.